FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Blistering offense. Going back. That ball is gone. Stellar defense. Relay to first. Double play. Lights out pitching. Strike three on immaculate inning. Epic victories. Louisville gets the victory. This is it.
You ready to go?
Right here on your flagship for Louisville sports. 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
They don't get back. They would look for their living steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Now he is. My goodness. Marcus Maybin. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Incredible.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maybin. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maybin. And you can call in or lay back and just listen to Marcus Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin.
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maybin and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. What's wrong, Chase?
I don't know. You kept looking at me like you were going to laugh about something.
You did kind of. You were kind of giving off vibes like you were going to, like something was coming.
You want to know what happened there?
I'm listening.
I took the big gulp of my clove tea, and I kind of misjudged the.
Get you in the back.
No.
Oh, I thought maybe it got the back of your throat.
No, that's
okay, yeah.
No, I misjudged when the end of that liner was gonna go off. And you know me with the,
and you were just off.
I was doing the chipmunk cheek thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to finish it while I was still.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't bad. It was just, if I listened, I sat across from you every day. I'm like, okay, something's off with that. Chase could feel it too. It was like, is he gonna say something? Is there a punchline coming here? And it was like, no, he's just storing clove tea in his cheeks. That's it. And when he drinks alcohol, Chase, bro, it kills me, man. We are in the first time I noticed it, we're in a 5-star restaurant.
The finest
that we snuck into, by the way. I will say that. But up in Indy. I think we took Paul Rogers' table.
We entitled our way in there.
Yeah, listen, Chase, we walked in. It was the night before Rick Pitino's last game, which we had no idea. We would have treated with much more reverence had we known. But it was the night before up in Indy, you know.
Yeah,
so we were at the Alexander. It was the team hotel. That's where we were staying, right? So we go down. They have this amazing restaurant, Chase.
It's almost like if you were going into, if Bill Gates had a retreat cave, right? Like a cave, like a grotto cave paradise area where there were people, but you weren't really around people.
It was one of those places. It was no question when we walked, because we were just kind of like, man, what are we gonna eat? It was me, Charity, and Marcus.
We don't got no clothes,
and we're like, what are we gonna do? So it's a place when you walked up on, you're like, oh, this is expensive.
Yeah,
you know.
The
so
doors
like,
are nice.
Yeah,
you know what? This is a place where also there's negotiations that are so far out of your pay grade, that it's like, I know that in the last 1 week, there's been at least $100 million worth of negotiations done. In this week, you can it just
smells rich.
It just smells.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, man. So
it smells like
just good
like wood and
oh god,
fire,
yes,
good bourbon
made from.
So we walk in and they were like, we just look at them and they're like, oh, are you the
this party?
Are you a 7? You know, it's like the 715, and we were like, yeah.
What were you wearing? What were y'all wearing?
Yes, Chase. Polos.
Not what we should be wearing, probably.
Okay.
Like polos and sweat.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did notice at a lot of these places, the worse you're dressed, the more
it's Uncle Rudy.
Yeah,
yeah, it's Uncle Rudy,
Chase,
man.
My Uncle Rudy. We're talking about Cameron Maben. We're talking about 60 mil in the middle of the 60 million contract.
Yeah.
Whatever. Uncle Rudy comes into town and he's like, hey, nephew, I was like, what's up? He's here for a pool tournament. He's like, I want to take my nephew out for a steak. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool, right? So he's like, well, we got a little steakhouse. I was like, well, there's Ruby's and there's something. He's like, yeah, I want to taste that Ruby's. Let's go to that Ruby's place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Uncle, like, you gonna wear that? And he's like, yeah, let's go.
You're like, no, when we go to Ruby's, we dress up.
Yeah.
And Uncle Rudy was just like,
I don't care.
Yeah, no, I eat this every day. So this is just another.
So it's funny. Uncle Rudy,
day.
Uncle Rudy, who is a millionaire,
by default.
Well, yeah, but it was so it was one of those things where like he goes in there and just starts dominating Ruby's, man. Just like, yeah, I need this. Yeah. That's where we're going.
And he knows his stuff too, you know what I'm saying? Like his orders to sound.
So when the sommelier comes out, it's like, no.
Look, shake the wine on the table, turn it sideways, twist it.
Yeah.
No, right there. Just the perfect. Anyway, Jalen's like that too. Jalen has got a lot better with his
finer things.
Yes, with his fine. He's getting used to it. So we're at this place. Steve, finish it up.
So we walk in and we're like, we say, okay, are you the 715? We're like, absolutely. And I think they didn't. One reason that Marcus doesn't like to use his situation very often, but in moments like that, I'm like, I look at the lady like, I dare you to turn us away. I dare, because I will roll him out of here so sad looking. Dad, they wouldn't let us eat.
And I'll participate.
They wouldn't let us eat. Yeah. It's the only place he can eat. It's the only place that's accessible he can eat. Yeah, I was like, are you ready to do this, lady? So she sends us in. Not only does she send us in, Chase, she sends us into a seat. And it's in the middle of like this bird's nest thing. Amazing. It's like these built and stuff like that. So we go in there. There's hanging lights. I mean, just incredible, dude.
Just dim.
Yeah. And just sets us right here. And we're like I'm talking Mike Bellato is over there doing a deal with Arkansas State. Like legitimately.
That really happened.
Yeah, legitimately. Like Arkansas State was there talking with him, it's like, yeah. So we just kick it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, it's just we just coming to eat. And then of course I felt I had to order like something stupid.
Yeah.
Because it was like now that we got in, it was like,
so what'd you order, Steve?
It was like filet, something, some kind of like, what does Drew say? Like duck's butt filet or something. Yeah, it was just insane. But that was the first night that I noticed Marcus stores his alcohol. Like he takes 3 drinks in one. He takes a drink, he stores 2 other in his cheeks, and he drinks one. And then you release the other one when he's ready.
No, and
then he releases
it's
the
not
other one.
Storing.
When it's ready.
I enjoy.
I'm like, I don't know how you're not drunk off your mind. I'm like, the
Extended release.
alcohol
Yeah.
is soaking into your jaws.
You ever seen them people on the Coke when they brush Coke on the
Yes, I
in
know.
the movies?
I'm like, he's got to have the cleanest jaws.
Maybe I'll do that.
You could eat your dinner off the inside of Marcus's jaw. Dude.
Point being, Chase, I have a little oral, fixation, I guess, with little alcohols or whatever. But what happened was, they had a vodka list, and I was like, let's do it. And they were like, what would you recommend? And they were like, the Russian Baruski, the Russian Baruski.
Yeah.
I'll have that. Yeah.
So they bring it, Chase.
And these people take it seriously, Chase.
Oh yeah.
Listen, when they offer you something, it's like, hey, no, this is like, I get paid to pick out your alcohol. like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally, like I said, sommeliers, people. It's how you say it.
And if you say
Sommelier.
no,
the taster.
That's the wine.
If you
taster,
have
right?
if you're disappointed in their opinion, they have to study. Most people leave their job. They have to go study and read about the new stock.
So let me set the scene, Chase. Marcus is sitting across from me, my beautiful wife, who is taking her test right now to go ahead and get her full. Yeah. So I'll either get the world has ended text here in a few, or a celebration text. But she's sitting right next to me. This is pre $5,200, but she's still beautiful. So it's now been Charity and the girls. But so we're sitting there, and Marcus takes a drink. And the guy, had set it down, and the guy goes to walk away, right? Well, Marcus doesn't see the guy behind him. So the guy does this thing where he sits it down, enjoy or whatever, and Marcus takes a drink, and the guy turns back around to come back just in the perfect time to hear Marcus take a drink and go, I'll leave the expletives out, but essentially to say, this drink is horrible.
Oh no.
And that poor guy.
Oh.
I thought he was going to, we joke about seppuku.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to pull out a blade and just disembowel himself.
That's suicide by disembowelment.
Like, okay, they'll force me. This is it.
Have you all seen the Bear, that show on Hulu about the restaurants?
Oh yes.
Like that.
Yes.
That's where I get all this from. Like they take their everything they do is like regiment.
And here's the thing. I was kind of performing for Steve and Charity. Like,
it was not the best.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just,
we're having fun.
I did not know what to expect out of a $60 a shot Russian vodka or something. Like, what do you do with that?
Well, you did a great job explaining it to the guy, because Marcus made the guy feel good. He basically explained it as, I drink such cheap garbage that
I wasn't ready for,
is probably too good for my taste buds.
That's what it's with beer.
But he saw it. And
I've never seen horror in that manner on a man's face.
And if that wasn't bad enough, I end up getting a fish or salmon, and it had,
oh my God, a little bit of bones.
One little gristle. And I was kind of like, just kind of had to take it out. And they're just like, this guy's going to kill us.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They felt like the look.
That poor guy was like, I mean, are you sure? I'll go get another one. I'll get another one. No, dude.
It was like, no, they literally filleted the salmon back there in the restaurant. And God help you, a little piece of gristle snuck in. I should just act like, I should just gnaw on it, huh?
Yes.
That's how good that restaurant was.
Yeah.
That they were just so attentive, and I just ruined it.
Well, they train for that. Like the servers there train to be a server, and
I mean, you got to justify that price, though.
I've been listen. Yeah,
you gotta,
trust me. I've never been,
because trust me, we got a $300-400 bill. I don't know what Marcus's bill was. Like, it was like, what?
Like, oh, check please.
We didn't even get alcohol.
Oh, that was terrible. So really quick before we get into today's stuff, I gotta say this, Steve.
Yeah.
I like to tell a little stories about the anecdotes about the Buffalo Chase. You might have heard me say this before. One of the greatest little anecdotes I love to hear about is storms coming. A big storm is coming. The buffalo, they sense the storm is coming. The buffalo will turn to the storm, directly charge as fast and as hard as they can through a storm. Why do they do that? Because the quicker they go through that storm, the quicker it'll be over, and they get to enjoy the luscious, the wet grass, the lush new life that the storm's left behind.
Yeah.
I love that anecdote. And they say the cows run. The cows run, they get tired, they run some more, they get tired. Then when the storm gets them, they barely can handle it because, they're tired when the storm gets there. So I just like that story, right? So I say, be the buffalo, be the buffalo. Yesterday, Steve, I was not the buffalo.
Okay.
Were you in the vicinity that I may have been in around 8? Oh no, you weren't.
I wasn't, but it was close to the same.
People who got stuck in that at about 8:30 when that's, my goodness, Steve. Like,
yeah,
I could not get from my car. I couldn't get out of my car and into my chair and to my door. It's like 10, 12 feet.
Oh no,
from where I park, and I could not physically get, and you know how you see people get woke up by water,
yeah,
and sometimes you're like, is it that bad? And it's like, no, that rain and wind was coming down so heavy.
It was, and it turned orange, which was weird.
I felt like I was drowning.
Yeah,
out in the rain. I had to get back in my car and just say, I got to ride this thing on out.
Yeah, no, it was horrific.
It was bad, man. Like,
I was like, what is this?
I'm like, I'm in my car. Yeah. And it's gonna start sliding.
Guess who's at soccer practice?
Oh no! You poor guy.
No, I'm wearing flip flops to the station today because my tennis shoes are soaked.
You only got one pair?
Yeah. No, Mark. I mean, we've talked about this, but I don't purchase things unless it's like dire.
Like you can, like a daily use.
Yeah,
it has to be
have to. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like,
okay,
no,
Steve.
I'm the worst.
How much NBA did you get in? Chase,
a decent amount.
Same question for you.
Decent amount last night. Yeah. I watched pretty much actually watched quite a bit. Pretty much the whole second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't catch much at all, really.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean,
I gotta get off my Luka deal. It's ruining. It's ruined. Okay, you saw that little thing go around the internet about how this is why people don't like the NBA. I'm sure we all got the same algorithms where that crossed the timeline where they're showing all the traveling, right? Mm-hmm. The traveling, the carrying, and all that stuff. And I'm just like watching Luka, because now it's a thing. You know how it is? Yeah. Like, once it's a thing and you're just like looking for it, I'm yelling. Like, I'm bad enough when I watch Louisville games and I say,
yeah,
you hear me say, that's a foul. But that's kind of like habit. When I watched Luka with a keen eye,
oh yeah,
I watched him. Man, he gets the basketball, and I'm like, imagine if I could dribble, pick up the basketball like this, look around, and just start dribbling some more. And that, what are we doing?
But I will say, man, God, like when he had that pass late in the fourth quarter, man,
cross court
bounce pass. It's like, God, dude, it went between three dudes and just skipped.
That's what's frustrating, because he is so good.
Yeah,
he's so good. But I'm like, you give him a push off and a euro and a palming carry.
Yeah,
it's like
he's taking advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't.
What was the name of that restaurant? Somebody was asking. It was in that. It was in the hotel.
Yeah,
right?
it was in the lobby of the hotel.
Well, it was below the lobby. So we went downstairs. It was underneath the hotel. The hotel was the Alexander. I'm honestly not sure what the name of the restaurant was.
And Texas, I feel you. Listen, Luka
hater.
Yeah, Luka is just the target. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the.
You don't like European basketball.
He's the poster child of what I don't like about European basketball.
Oh,
and so he just has to wear the crown right now.
Yeah,
because he's listen. If it was, I mean, even when I watch Greek Freak, sometimes I'm like, God,
yeah,
like these are already.
Jokic is definitely that. I mean, he is.
Who's worse? Because when I see Luka push off, and I'm like,
I know.
What do you do with that? And I think it's the rule changing, the game changing for me.
Well, it's what me, you, and Coach Leaves was talking yesterday, man, when we were like, it's an adjustment to the game now. Mm-hmm. It's like I said, I mean, I was being serious. I mean, it was what, 03 to 05. It was like the Euro step because Clay started to do it. My buddy Clay, he started to do like the Euro jump stop. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we would play ball, we're all like, that's a walk. Mm-hmm. And then he'd be like, no. He was like, study. No, it's not. Look, we can go look it up. And you can do one, and then jump stop, and then go up. And we're
the extra step after the jump stop.
Because I'm like, but to our eyes, and he was right. Mm-hmm. But to our eyes, it was like, what is that? You just Euro, then jumped, and then stepped.
Yeah, I do that. I was in France, and we were doing the the knockout drill, the 1-on-1, and I'm guarding this big 6'9" French dude, and I had him on his back pivot foot, and then he just took an extra step and laid it up, and I'm like, no, my ball, right? And they were like, no. I'm like, no. It's my ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he traveled.
What about the first time somebody goaltended you there? Were you like, he just grabbed the ball out of the net?
No. I'll make it. Oh, it's 10 times worse, Steve. You did that on purpose, didn't you?
No, I'm scared.
Chase, you know what it did? A guy did when I was overseas. He did it like 3-4 times. In my first game, like it was like a scrimmage, like a let's get to know each other scrimmage, but it was scores, it was stats.
Yeah.
Listen, Chase, when a ball is going in, you can smack it. Yeah. It's already halfway down the rim.
You can knock it off the rim, man. Yeah. Well, you know that, right?
Yeah.
European ball, yeah.
No, but it wasn't that, Steve. It wasn't a knocking off.
Yeah.
It was the knocking that's already going in.
Ah, okay.
And if he touches it, he gets the point.
I got you.
It's already going in, and he just smacks it through. And I lost like 8 points off of a shot that's already going. And I'm looking at the ref kind of like, damn, they ain't gonna call that goaltending. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of looking at my teammate like, damn, they let you get away with that. Like, then I realized he was getting those points.
Yeah.
Like on a free throw, he was gonna just. I'm like, yeah. So,
you look at the end of the day and you're like, wait a minute, how many points do I
got? Yeah.
I hit 12 shots.
Yeah. So then you kind of got to be like, hey, like, bro, like, leave my basketball alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of language barrier, but like, hey, if you can tell him, man, like, stop touching, don't touch
then you got to do it. You got to start dunking.
But the problem is a 6'10" is already up there high enough to, to have it pretty easy. With me, I got to get a runway to do that. You know what I'm saying? My timing has to be perfect or something like that.
What about the Karl Anthony Towns dunk last night? Do you think that should have counted?
Yeah,
I do too.
I thought so.
I mean, I know from an above view, I guess technically.
Yeah, it's like what angle you use, but it was out to me. It was outside.
But I thought the trajectory of the ball was going out. That okay, if we can really get under this ball.
But then again, you go back to these players are jumping so high that we have to like. It's like when you see a football go over the outside of a goalpost, you're kind of like. Okay, what's the judgment call on that? Like when the referee's under the goalpost. How many times?
I
don't know what to call with that.
I know, but that's why I don't know, man. I thought
that was gonna count.
I did too. I was like, man, I can't believe they didn't. And you're at home,
and it's just like whatever angle you use was gonna decide. Like,
I just felt like he made that play. It was close enough. They're in Minnesota. It was surprising. Like. He's going to get that call.
I think
I just watched it.
Yeah, it felt like
I do think if the referees don't call it, and then they ask for a review, it stays. But the fact that they called it goaltend right there,
there's no way you're gonna what are you gonna do? Yeah,
Yeah, you can't overturn that judgment.
No, because then they're gonna show, I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
See, on every shot, it's a push off. A step back is tough as a tough shot to guard. A step back mixed with a push off is impossible to guard. An extended forearm,
yeah,
push off with a step back,
mm-hmm.
and listen. And with the step back, that means if you are close enough to close any distance,
mm-hmm.
he's gonna jump into you. So it's just like that's a triangle.
Well, that's the thing. You couple it with he's an amazing player.
He's an amazing shot maker, and he has a high release. Like I said, he knows he's not gonna get his shot blocked.
Yeah,
because he's a big ass dude.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, you couple all those things. I'm like, I think I feel frustrated for the defense a little bit.
Sure.
It's like, what do I do with that, coach? We just God, you don't want to have to. I don't want to watch him get trapped. And
I know. Yeah. That's
basketball.
Yeah, it's like you almost got to play it sloppy to,
Yeah, you got to play junk ball, and now you're getting illegal defenses, which is like, when did you start getting illegal defenses like that often?
Yeah, some interesting crew. It's like, let me ask you about this really quick.
I'm listening.
Not to change the pace too far. Did you see the future? This is something we can talk about again, so this is exciting. Did you see the future Final Four sites? So it's in San Antonio this year. Then it's going to Indianapolis. So I'm like, all right, come on, PK, 2026, let's get it. Then it goes to Detroit, Michigan. Now here's the big one, kind of the same way with college football. It goes to Las Vegas in 2028. That's kind of, it's a big deal. College football's already said their title game's going to Vegas, so now you're going to have the Final Four confirmed in Vegas.
Place for an event.
Well, no, it's one of the best.
Yeah.
That's why when WrestleMania was announced for Vegas, I was like, I'm in. I booked the room immediately. Like that, it is the best place for an event, but it's still college sports hosting their championship games in Vegas is unheard of, man.
It's like let go of the taboo.
Then it goes back to Indianapolis and then to Dallas. So it's
so Indianapolis, they just do the heck. They just bully it with the headquarters.
I feel like Indy,
or is it the central? Is it the central?
To
location?
Me, the Final Four, if you watch, the Final Four doesn't stray off the path very often. It's usually in New Orleans.
Chase, my car got towed in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah,
and
awesome.
Steve didn't answer his phone.
Yeah, well, it was 4 in the morning.
I had to go to the worst part of the worst place in the United States of America. I'm sure that place is a top 10 murder capital area that they took my car to, and
it's fair.
And I had to do it like 4 in the morning, and we had to get up at like 9.
Yeah. Then we had a tournament game.
That sounds awful. That's my take on that.
It's the worst.
Had a tournament.
I'm sorry I cut you off.
Had a tournament game. No, it's fine. But yeah, no, it kind of, the Final Four really sticks to San Antonio, New Orleans, Indy, and then kind of fluctuates around that. Like it goes to,
I don't want to go to
Phoenix. It goes to, Indy's not usually good to us. And here's the funny thing. We've had some elite moments in Indy, but I've had far more disappointments in Indy. Even if we win.
Lamar Jackson versus Brom.
Yeah. Like that was a win. And we left like, okay, so what did it cost? Jair Alexander's out for the year, or most of the year. We almost lost. We're ranked in the top 10. We almost
lost, so it took away our credibility.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows how good Jeff Brom is on the, and smart people knew, but it's like,
I know.
It's still Purdue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Purdue. So
the tailgate part of that was awesome. It's like everything
was awesome, man. The trip before was awesome. The JW Marriott was amazing.
I don't need to do Indy anymore. I listen, the location's fine.
Seriously though, think about it. As a Louisville fan, Michigan was just hell. We lost that game. That was the worst with Kentucky fans in the building.
It's funny. Euro step into a stance. I know that one. That little Michigan guard does that, and that thing looks ridiculous. Have you seen that? The Euro stop.
Yeah,
the Euro stop.
Yes,
that is like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, the game's evolved past basketball. Now we got to play something else.
This is a different sport. Mm-hmm. This is maybe it's return to the peach basket.
No, let's restart it.
Yeah, Naismith.
We're gonna stop teaching the game to another generation and let them figure it out.
I completely knew.
Seriously though, I mean, Arizona was amazing because we destroyed them, but as soon as Edgar Sosa did the little thing in the camera, everybody in the building was like, "Well, we're gonna get beat the next game." Yeah, this team, because that was one of those teams that was like they were so good, but you knew they couldn't handle success, and it was like
Sosa just couldn't help himself.
We're up 40 on Arizona, and we're all like, we're gonna get beaten next game. I just know it's coming, and it did. But yeah,
if you've been around sports, you're asking for trouble with that.
Oh yeah, and it was Kansas and Michigan State, and to make things worse, Kansas was the team nobody wanted to play with Collins and Cole Aldrich. So we were like, when Michigan State beat them, we were like,
you got that.
We're screwed.
Then you got that.
Because now it's like, oh man, Louisville's got to.
When the path opens up,
yeah. I was like, no, Michigan State's going to the Final Four. We're done. But then you had the worst all time, the Sweet 16 game, and I don't even really want to talk about it. I don't want to get mad this morning. I don't want to talk about it.
Having a good morning.
Just let that be with Kentucky. The only game the refs have ever physically taken from us. But I mean, it's usually
I can avoid Indy.
I mean, this year we go up there and play Indiana. We go up 21-0 and then almost lose the game.
Oh God.
It's like, golly. Now, we did have, and I'm not making light of this, okay, because it really is not something, especially as an athlete, or somebody that's played the game, better. But you win the Elite Eight game up there, but at the cost of a player's bone coming out of his leg. It's like, what's it cost to win an Indy, man? Like, you almost want to look at the team and go, if we go to Indy for an Elite Eight and go, listen, I think we can win this game. One of y'all, it's going to be bad. And I don't know which one it is.
You're basically taking sticks for the sacrifice.
But it's like Indy just is, and it's such an easy trip, and it's always you want.
That's what
Indy.
Sucks about it. That's what sucks.
Yeah, you can. And Indy's such a great place
your crowd,
for the game.
Yeah, I even like the street setup. It's a nice grid. It's a nice square pattern.
It's set up very much like Louisville. Everything's a square. Everything's very easy to get to. You can stay right there by Lucas Oil very easily.
Yeah.
It's like,
better, Andy.
Bless.
Counterpoint, that Kentucky did lose to Wisconsin in Indy. Right?
That changes everything. You're right.
93 on the Ville.
Yep.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
27 area locations, walk-in, drive-through delivery. That's Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. That's Louisville's go-to liquor store. Buy 3, get 1 free cigars every Wednesday. So if you missed this week, go catch them next Wednesday. They got everything you need there, so check them out. They've got the wine, domestic beer, craft beer, mixers, bourbons, everything you need there at Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. They're your one-stop shop here in Louisville for all that. Cox's and Evergreen Liquors is Louisville go-to liquor store. Cox'sLouisville.com.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
It's that good, Fernald's Pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's something on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good, Fernald's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Blistering offense. Going back. That ball is gone. Stellar defense. Relay to first. Double play. Lights out pitching. Strike three. An immaculate inning. Epic victories. Louisville gets the victory. This is Louisville Baseball.
Right here on your flagship for Louisville sports. 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Tri-State Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Truly, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
The U of L Health orthopedic experts get you back in the game of life faster. We lead the state in robotic surgical procedures that minimize pain and recovery time. Our high-level care and customized surgeries treat everything from shoulders to toes, including spines. And as the official health provider for U of L Athletics, we give that same VIP care to every patient. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
Flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, allergies are running amok. You know what else runs amok? Crime. But here at Sonatrol, the #1 rated security company in Kentuckiana, one of our specialties is outdoor protection. With crime increasing in the summer, are you worried about criminals breaking into your parking lot, storage yard, or other fenced-in areas? We use video cameras monitored 24/7 by our trained staff to notify the police of suspicious activity. Call Sonatrol today at 502-966-8999. So while you're outside relaxing, make sure criminals aren't outside snatching.
Swing for the fences at BetMGM by boosting your next same-game parlay. Add an MLB SGP wager to your bet slip and activate your Parlay Boost token. If your bet with the token applied hits, you'll get a bigger payout. It's like driving in multiple runs with one big hit. Now is the perfect time to try a Boost token, even if you're a rookie placing a baseball same-game parlay in the majors for the first time. Your BetMGM parlay can include bets on the money line, run line, total, and much more. Plus, make sure to check out our signature bets for this baseball season, where you can wager on fun props and scenarios for a game. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your same-game parlay boost token to get a larger payout from a winning MLB wager. Make all 9 innings even more exciting with BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529. Offices Louisville.
Elite European Soccer comes to Louisville July 30th when our
is the station. Before we move any further, I want to take a second to remind everybody that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with that sentiment, the DFH company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. A little bit of housekeeping. Okorafor, how's he going to do at Seton Hall?
That's a good spot for him, man. Get there with Shaheen Holloway. I was happy to see that. I think it's a really good spot. Actually, I mean, again, I think Tyler made a really good decision going to Steve Forbes.
I like Tyler. That's why you can see it.
I mean, even Sky going out to play for
UCLA, McCronin.
Yeah, Cronin. I think it's a good decision. So, I mean, Trey White going to Illinois. We'll see. Whatever, man.
Is that where Trey White?
Yeah,
that had to be bag related. Illinois just fishing.
He was just one that I'm like, yeah, if I never see him again, I'm fine. But even Brandon going to now, is Burns back at NC
Trey White
State?
went to Arkansas.
I don't think Burns is. He's cut. Did you see the
I
news
saw he
on
cut
him?
a bunch
He
of
cut
weight,
40
yeah.
pounds.
But that's why I was
who
wondering.
did?
DJ Burns.
Really?
Yeah, he looks good, man.
You cut weight for it.
That's why I couldn't remember. I'm like, is he back again, or I didn't think he was.
I don't know if there was a real announcement on that.
He's going to be like Griffey.
I know now. Our guy, I think Marcus and I both take pride in Diarra because everybody loved Middlebrook, loved Burns and the ones, and both of us were like, "That's the pro." And he announced he's staying in the draft.
Okay,
so he did a couple workouts, and somebody has told him, the Diarra, the backup,
big 6'10" African kid.
Somebody told him, "Oh, we're taking you."
And he was a
round.
freshman. He was young. He's like freshman.
Yeah, he was younger, but we would watch NC State and we're like, that's the dude. Like, he's the NBA guy.
Yeah,
like,
he's the dude that you can, that guards are switching and you're leaving him on. Man.
Yep.
Man. There is nothing like but it makes you so lazy.
Yeah.
When you can switch and the coach says, we're switching everything, you're like, cool.
Yeah.
Look, my big man can stay in front of his guard, and I get to fight with the big man a little bit and get in front of him and just kind of, we got protection everywhere. It's like, that's awesome. But yeah, DR, it was the guy that's like, okay, I don't have to fight over this pick because my big man can guard.
That's why I was like, so somebody's told him in a workout, like, oh, we're going to pick you. Yeah, so he's staying. I think Middlebrook is back, though.
Yeah, he is. I was like, God, how is he back again?
I know.
Burns is going to the draft.
He is going. Yeah. Okay. But so then Brandon and Mike, Keith's a great coach.
Yeah, and so, I knew Brandon. I knew Brandon would get the minutes. He would definitely get the minutes out of. Yeah. It was a good spot for minutes for sure.
So, really, I don't know anybody that made Caleb going down to FAU. They're going to have a good squad, man.
Karan Davis just went to Louisiana Lafayette.
He didn't commit. He just went and visited. And then he put out pictures or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's probably the level.
Yeah, I thought he committed.
Maybe he did. He might have went ahead. I would imagine he probably will. That's the only place we've seen visiting. So yeah. But if not, it's more close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they all made pretty good decisions.
Jalen Withers back again.
Yeah, going back to Carolina. He's still around. L's gone.
He's exhausted his eligibility.
Yep. L's done.
Sidney Curry.
I don't know. Sidney. I'm really shocked he didn't show up playing football somewhere. Like the kid from BYU. The kid from Baylor. He played at BYU. He went to Baylor and he tried to leave, or he left Baylor, and a lot of Kentucky was kind of like, well, this might be a guy to watch. Just a backup piece.
Maybe this summer he
went and played football. Going to play tight end in Utah. So I'm shocked like Sidney Curry never went that route.
I think he's got another season.
Sidney Curry does?
Yeah. It says he only played 3 seasons so far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, he was a JUCO kid. So
then maybe not, yeah.
He only played 1 year, though, JUCO, right?
So he probably has another year.
Yeah, between COVIDs and
he probably has another year. But
I don't know if he played enough to even. He ain't played it much this year.
How much?
I'm listening.
How much do you think the love is going to grow for Louisville? Are you getting? I know this is a tough question to ask you right before the break or whatever, but do you think with what Louisville's done in their roster, when you look, I think they're going to pick up traction as the summer goes. Of kind of, you know what I'm saying, like preseason. Ranking.
Oh, yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Oh, listen. Every time I'm asked, every time I say it out loud, every single time I say it out loud, I say, this,
God bless you.
This is so, the roster, the Louisville brand and the roster is starting to get to be so undeniable.
Yes.
Mathematically, it's starting to be so undeniable that listen, and this is me trying to be conservative. You know me, like I don't want to put I don't want to put this ridiculous expectation.
That's why I'm squeamish even asking it. But what you're saying, I think, is the truth. I think the more when these rosters get finalized and you look down and you start saying, okay, who's better than Louisville in the ACC?
Listen, you're going to have one detracting thought is going to be based on coach making some kind
God, if Pat Kelsey
just a little, it's like if that's my wild card and that's my worry is coach making
that's my point.
Adjustment. Like if that's all you got,
if Pat Kelsey is the worry, that's
the problem.
By the way, there was an insider on the boards. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. And he put on the boards this morning and was like, I was like, Marcus is going to just love this. He was just like, yeah, just basically just talking with people. He's like, don't be surprised if Rain Smith starts. I was like, Marcus just randied himself on South Park.
Oh, Steve.
I don't know how Marcus swooped in and took Rain Smith from me, but I lost the white guy like that.
God.
Now, luckily, with Coach Kelsey, I have multiple others to pick from, but he is
Steve.
He was like, no.
Because you see, it's college. The shooter in college rules the world. The dead-eye shooter in college rules the world.
Yeah.
I just like,
well,
and he played with the coach.
That's the biggest point. I think early,
especially early.
Yeah, I think early you go, how do you not start?
I mean, listen, a pick and roll with him and James Scott for the next 4 months of your life. Other people on that team,
with all due respect to James Scott,
I'm saying their chemistry of just knowing each other. You know what I'm saying?
When we got Waterman and Pryor, it's like
they're gonna have to catch up defensively.
James.
Okay, Steve.
We'll see you down there, James. James. James Scott.
You gonna be down at the other end.
you got to talk to James loudly in the game. Yeah.
But yeah, point being, the Rain Smith thing. I'm like, shooters like that.
Yeah.
They find a way to stay on the court.
Yeah.
You try to hide them on defense, whatever. But yeah, but to your point, the traction is going to be undeniable.
Yeah.
Again, and again, my biggest detractor will say he hasn't done it at this level.
Yep.
And then you say, okay, just check him out and then tell me what you think. What he does transfers. Like, okay, if he was a salesman.
That's a funny joke, 592.
If he was a salesman, Steve.
Yeah.
Like if he had hustle and game and could talk to people into, work. No, he's not like that. So it's like he brought his same coaches. He brought his same guys.
Yeah.
So he's not changing anything that he believes in.
But to your point, if that is the case nationally, we'll know quick because they go win. They start out 2-0, 3-0, and then go win 2 games in the Bahamas or something. They'll be like, oh, they're number 20. It'd be like, okay, he can coach. So we believe. So that's what I'm saying. Even if Louisville doesn't get the preseason,
they'll get the
love.
They will listen.
They'll be quick to put back.
It'll almost be better because people love doing this is my team to watch.
Yeah.
So,
Marcus, look how quick we say all this. Look how quick they threw us back to number 1. Patino left. We had the David Padgett, year, and Mac had a so-so year. The first year it was like, it's a good year, but man, as soon as they got the opportunity to put Louisville at number 1, they were like, number 1 team in the country.
It was game 8.
Yeah.
Game 12.
Yeah. It was like, okay. Yeah.
If Rain Smith starts, you think about the people we're bringing off the bench.
Oh God, man, listen.
Yeah, you can do roster construction.
That's
second
all.
hour.
Hey, listen, that's all summer, baby.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do all summer.
So we're gonna peel this back layer by layer.
Chase, thanks for helping us out in the first hour. Marcus,
yes, sir.
You get out of here. When we come back, we'll me and Nick we'll captain it here and bring it home, man. A lot of good stuff to talk about.
93.9 The Ville.